Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another beautiful, lovely episode of mine. I'm yours truly, Sprite, and today we are going back into our podcast. This is a lovely little episode, and we're going to talk about Fortnite. Man, this is a very interesting topic. Why Fortnite? Why not Fortnite? So, for the longest time growing up, everyone knows my background at this point. I've been an Xbox user. I've been playing Halo. Halo is the game I've been playing a lot. It's the game I grew up on. It's the game I played in the community in my neighborhood. It's the game all the kids wanted to play with. So Halo is just traditionally one of those games that was the video game at the time, right? Everybody wanted to play the game. It was fun. It was interactive. Custom games was fun. Multiplayer was fun. Campaign was fun. Everything about the Halo series in the 2000s was 10 out of 10. Even Halo Reach in 2010 was a very good year. Up until Halo 4, Halo 4 had its moments, but I liked Halo 4 and I liked the gameplay style of that game. And that's when people started to turn their heads because this was 343's first Halo game and it was completely different than what we were used to. And video games were evolving, were especially evolving at that time. And there is a huge difference between Halo Reach in 2010 and Halo 4 in 2012. And I would have appreciated if we had Halo Reach for another year because the community would have stayed on Halo Reach up until Halo 4. But because Halo 4 came out so early, in my opinion, I feel like Halo Reach, their momentum just kind of went down quicker than I would like it to. Um, and it kind of sucks, but it is what it is. It felt like maybe 343 was rushing Halo 4. I have no idea. And Halo 4, I liked it for the most part. I was competitive in that game. The controls and physics in that game were great, in my opinion. I was able to rock and roll in that game. But then Halo 5 came around, and that's when the graphics were great, but everything about Halo 5 is just downhill. You were able to sprint for an infinite amount of time, and sprinting's no problem. But when you're able to speed boost and start doing parkour and just start flopping all over the map, that's where it gets a little too tedious for me. And it was copying Call of Duty when Call of Duty was doing their futuristic. I don't know what video game Call of Duty came out with that was futuristic, where people were wall sprinting and stuff like that. But essentially, it wasn't a hidden secret that Halo was copying Call of Duty, but Halo was 343, especially at that time. They were copying Call of Duty, and they should have drifted away from that. Too speedy, too runny. It felt like there's no beta testers to stop them from what they were doing. So it felt like Halo 5 was just too much for me, and I did not enjoy everything that they're doing. They somehow ruined theater. I don't know how you ruin theater, but instead of saving video game clips to your hard drive, you saved it to a game cloud, and then when you want to rewatch your clip in the theater, the game cloud is where it's being played through, and your accuracy is not on point when you look back on your clips. So they ruined theater somehow. They might as well just take it off. Everything went downhill from there, and because of Halo 5, I stepped away from gaming, right? That's when I started to just start doing things in life. And it was good. Fortnite came out. And Fortnite's the big topic here. I promise this isn't going to be all about Halo, but this is just from my experience, from what I want to talk about. Fortnite came out in 2017. When Fortnite came out initially, I was not interested in it. I've already given up hope for the most part on video games. It was hard to find a fun video game because even WWE, the other game I was playing, 2K, they were changing. Everything was changing. So it was kind of hard to find a game to just play with and be happy. So it's just kind of like cutting Xbox at that point almost. And there were good games. If you're a gamer, you can argue that there were good games out there at that time. Not for me, not for this guy. As a guy who was raised in Halo and knew nothing but Halo and WWE, when two of your favorites are just now gone or different, what else do you have? So Fortnite comes around, and at first, initially, it was super popular, but I didn't like it. It only had buildings, and for the longest time, I did not enjoy the building aspect of Fortnite. And I would play it for my friends at the time, but even when I was playing it with some friends, it was hard to take the game seriously because it was different. And it's a battle royale aspect, right? It's not like what it is today, but at that time it was just battle royale, and team up squads play until whenever, and sometimes like you just don't want to spend 20 minutes per game and then lose and come in second place or third place or whatever at the end, right? So that felt, it just didn't feel something I would want to do at the time. But eventually, Fortnite started gaining momentum. It's been having more momentum. When it first started, it was like the game to play, and a lot of people, a lot of streamers, a lot of YouTubers started playing it, and eventually, they came out with Zero Build. And before they came out with Zero Build, I started playing more around season 5 of Fortnite. That's when I caved in, I guess you could say. That's when they started doing a little more interesting stuff. That's when they started doing different game modes. So the game was becoming more enjoyable. Again, I was doing it for my friends. I didn't really play anything else. Minecraft, that game came out. It says 2012. It came out way before that. It came out. I played Fortnite, or not Fortnite, Minecraft, almost when it got released. Really, I was there for its super early beta alpha stages. Like, you just had to be there. So I played Fortnite for ever, probably 8 years at that point. So, or not Fortnite, Minecraft. So I got tired of Minecraft. And I've spent so much time building and stuff, and Minecraft is so different now. But we need to talk about Fortnite and how it's still one of the most popular games out there, whether you agree with it or not. The season just dropped. What is it? Chapter 5, Season 4, whatever it's called. I don't know. New season just dropped. And I was just currently playing it. And there's over 500,000 people still playing it. Way more than just 500,000. Probably 600, 700, maybe more. Anyways, I just got done playing a session with my friend on Fortnite here, and the amount of people who are still playing this game is phenomenal after 8 years. Because Halo 3, it died when Halo Reach came out. Halo Reach died a little after Halo 4. Halo 4 was a hit or miss for a lot of people. So, not even Halo was this large, or can still be this large. Halo Infinite came out. I don't know anyone who's playing that or taking that game seriously. Sorry. But it's just one of those games where it's like, it's there now. It had a terrible start, like Master Chief Collection. It killed a lot of people, and that's how you lose your community. But even Call of Duty, it's big to this day, but I would have to argue that Fortnite's bigger. And there's no video game that can hold a record like this. GTA 5 may probably be close because of how long GTA 5 has been around, and there hasn't been a new GTA game to take over it. So GTA 5 still has a little bit of a large community. It's not as large as Fortnite, though. Everyone knows GTA 5. Everyone's played GTA 5, but the active users that log on there every day, no comparison. There's no comparison between Fortnite and GTA 5. There's a lot more people who play Fortnite than GTA 5, especially as the years pass by. We're still waiting on the arrival of GTA 6, but as the years have been going by, not that many people are on GTA 5 as there used to be. That's fact. So, Yeah, it's gonna be a sad day when GTA 6 comes out because I had so many fun memories on GTA 5. I really like that game. I had plenty of fun with friends and stuff like that. So when GTA 6 comes out, hopefully they can deliver their promises. Um, just like what they did with GTA 5's different people, different crew, different everything in Rockstar games. Just like every video game, right? Almost every like 10 years, there's always new people making video games. Anyways, yeah, Fortnite is a game I never thought I would have like continued playing as well because it's the only game I play now. There's no other video game I touch. There's nothing else that I want to do or play whenever I got on Xbox. Well, it's mainly because I hang out with my friends, and when my friends play, it's normally on Fortnite. We play other games. Don't get me wrong. We will play other things, but it has to be Fortnite for the most part because that's where we have everything. We have all of our skins, we have all our completed battle passes, we have a lot of stuff on Fortnite that we played a lot. In one game mode, I really wish they would bring back is imposters. When Among Us came out, Fortnite made imposters, which is kind of like Among Us. And it was one of the best game modes that they had, and there's no reason not to put it back on Fortnite. But that's another thing about Fortnite is now that they have so many different types of game modes that you can play on, so many different ways that you can play. You don't have to play Battle Royale anymore. You can play Ballistic. You can do whatever, really. On any game you can think of, it's probably on there. So you're not required just to play a battle royale, and you get experience still. So you can get your battle pass. You can still get experience. They have Rocket League on there. They have Legos on there now, which I thought was pretty cool. Not many people play it, but I think it's pretty cool that they have all these different game modes. They have their version of Guitar Hero on there, and who doesn't love Guitar Hero? And it's interesting that like some of the songs from Guitar Hero are on Fortnite, like Everlong. Uh, they have a couple Metallicas and ACDCs and the classics, and they got some new stuff on there. Well, not just some, a lot of new stuff, updated stuff. So it's something that has been very well needed. I like it. Fortnite's become a lot better along the way, and I thought it would have died. Fortnite seemed like it was going down a path whenever the first original Deadpool came out for that game. When they released the Deadpool skin, I didn't think any second of it to get that battle pass because now that Deadpool skin is rare and it has more value to it. But I didn't think that at that time Fortnite was going to survive. Something about the game at that time just didn't feel like a necessity. It seemed like things were slowing down for the game. But somehow they've recovered and just they're doing so much better stuff now. And I had so much fun doing the Star Wars season. That only lasted a month, by the way. I haven't been on Fortnite as much as I have for Star Wars. Star Wars is one of my absolute favorite things out there. So when I'm playing, I am going to be playing Fortnite Star Wars. I love it when they do collaborations. I love having the abilities. I love weapons. I love everything that they do Star Wars related. It's great that they do it. I wish it was longer, but I understand why it's not because it's only seasonal. It makes sense. I mean, you kind of have to make it seasonal, right? You can't just do it forever, otherwise people will get tired of it. So that's what makes Fortnite great is that they do all these seasonal stuff as well. I don't know, just something about Fortnite. Just name me one game that's lasted 8 years that has this much popularity still. You could say Call of Duty, but Call of Duty doesn't have as much people on there. That's just what it is. I mean, Fortnite is just the game for most people to be able to play. I don't know. It feels like a lot of games these days I can't keep up with. I would have to learn. And I can play games. I can do whatever. But I'm not going to adapt or try or do anything for all these other games now. I've gone past that time. I've gone past playing these new different games because there's going to be so much to learn. There's going to be so much to try to remember. What guns are better? What's this tactical way to be on this map? So many different little details, and it's just nothing that I can do to exactly better myself because of how busy I am in life. So I've got everything going on: a job, house, kids, YouTube. And then when I get on Xbox, we can play Star Wars Battlefront. We can play Minecraft. We'll play Uno. But those are other games that I don't have to be competitive in. Fortnite is the only game where it's a shooter that I feel like I can still keep up to this day. I mean, I still make videos of Fortnite. I recently posted the 2 Star Wars videos, and I had fun doing them. So it just feels like Fortnite is the only game where I can feel like I am actually competitive. I feel like I look good playing it. I feel like everything that I do on there is good. I don't know. It's weird. And sometimes I'm tired of being competitive in other games as well. Like, I'm retired from being competitive in Halo from WWE for a reason. Not because I can't, but like, I don't know. I don't have to anymore. I don't really care for it anymore. It's past my prime. I don't have to. I don't know. It's just weird. It's different. I mean, I've never 1v1 someone in Fortnite, and I don't have to, and I never will. It's just one of those things where it's like, Fortnite is a battle royale game, and everything is going to be unbalanced when you play that game. So it's a matter of making sure that you have the most shields, the most health, and your favorite guns on you. There's millions of different types of ways you can play Fortnite, and when I'm playing this game, if I die during a game, it's like, oh well, he had a better shotgun than I did. It makes sense. So I don't have to like cringe or cry over it or anything like that. It can get frustrating. Like, so of course he had a rocket launcher or whatever. It's whatever. But it's like, it's not ferocious as it is when you're on Halo and you're battling someone who has the same gun as you, and it's more of an even balanced game, and you're really being competitive in there, right? So I don't have to take Fortnite as serious. Like, I do though. I play seriously sometimes. Who doesn't like to win? That's the whole purpose of playing, right? You want to win. So I don't know. It's not as tedious as like I make it to be. Because me and my friend, we were just playing, and for the most part, we were just fooling around. We weren't really playing as serious. I mean, we had a couple serious moments. I mean, it's cool to get some montages going on, but we didn't have to like play that serious. We were just mainly chatting and keeping up in life and talking about some like Batman movies and stuff like that. So you don't really have to, like play seriously. It feels like for the most part, I get on Xbox just to talk to my friends because I don't know, it's just far away. Or, I don't know. It's just one of those things where I can get on and talk and get off whenever they're off. I don't know. I don't have the desire or need to get on anymore. And of course, when I record, I like recording. I like playing games that I record, and I can record more reactions. Those are fun. I'm not arguing about that. But just name me a game like Fortnite where it's phenomenally big. I've never seen anything like that before. I mean, Call of Duty has to be second. It's got to be second. But Fortnite, it's way up there. And I feel like it's going to be up there for the next few years as well. They're going to do something huge for their 10-year anniversary. They have to, right? It's going to be their 10-year anniversary. What game has been able to make it to 10 years and still have millions of people playing? Still have people making content off of it, getting hundreds of thousands of views on it, millions, depending on the streamer and YouTuber. Just name me a video game that does that still to this day. I mean, I remember when GTA 5 came out, Rooster Teeth would make episodes of them playing GTA. They're fun, incredible, and almost every video had a couple million views on it because of how great it was. Now, not anymore. I mean, obviously, Rooster Teeth died, but if they were still to make the same videos, it's not the same anymore. They don't pull the same amount of views anymore. I don't know. Fortnite is just one of those games where it's like, it's just, I don't know. I find it easier for me to play. I'm accustomed to it now, so obviously I'm gonna find it easier. It's a game that doesn't change to make me want to leave. I don't know. Fortnite is Fortnite. There's no other games that just I want to play these days, anyways. I mean, I'll play and record and stuff like that. I like going through campaign missions and experiencing it with you guys. But there's no game I want to like play on my free time. There's no game where it's like I can get on Xbox and I can just resume on whatever and be happy. Now, if it wasn't for my best friend playing on here, I don't think I'd be playing on here. I think that's just a sad little known fact about good old Sprite, the guy who used to do a lot of 1v1s and competitions, competitive gaming. One of the OGs, right? Not anymore. Though, I've been thinking for so long what I want to do, and this is just a little random crazy idea. I don't see in WWE, the video game, I don't see competition. I don't see brackets of competition. I don't see an online tournament. That's what I want to do. One day, in the future, it's an idea that I've had in my head for a little bit. So I'm going to express it now and get it off my chest onto this episode. In WWE 2K, right? Every year there's a new WWE game, and I want to make a series annually for every video game that comes out each year for WWE. I want to make a tournament style based game. Not game, but a tournament based competition online. I want to grab people who competitively play WWE online. And what I want to do is I want to put a tournament style. So you got, like, let's say 8 people on one side and 8 people on the other side. Let's do 1v1, 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 1v1. And, bracket style. Whoever beats this person in 1v1 advances. Whoever wins in the next 1v1 advances. And so 8 becomes 4, 4 becomes 2, 2 becomes 1. And that side of the bracket will face the other person who has successfully made it to that side on 1, right? And then they go off, compete against each other for one match. I would like to be the special guest referee. And if you win this tournament, in my head, it's just all ideas, by the way. It's not happening. This is just ahead. If I had money, right? If I had all the money in the world, I would love to do a tournament style where it's like whoever wins this tournament would receive a custom wrestling belt, right? A couple $100 in prizes. And what, a controller or something? I don't know. Just something worth it. Something to actually like get something going. Because here's the thing is that when I was competitive in WWE, it didn't mean anything in a sense. Like, it did but didn't, right? So when you defeat a person in WWE, I had bragging rights. I had bragging rights that I was able to defeat this person, and I put it on YouTube, and I was able to get my name out there in the community. I was able to get my name in the community, and I was able to get people DMing me, 1v1ing me, and I was able to get my name out there, right? But it didn't mean anything because it never got anywhere, right? It got me my name out there, and that's it. I was able to say I defeated this person, I defeated this clan, I went on their arena, it was their host, I was able to beat them. So what I want to do is, because I don't do it anymore, all for good reason, but I want there to be a purpose, right? I want there to be a reason why you can be competitive. Because when I was doing it, there's no tournaments at that time. There was no competitions I was able to enter myself in at that time. It wasn't even a thing. It was just online competition. But what for? What were people 1v1ing for? Bragging rights. So why not have the ultimate bragging right? Why not actually win something? You see where I'm going with this? Let's make it useful in WWE where we can have a tournament style gaming. That doesn't sound bad at all. I think that's a great idea. I don't know. It's just something I wish I could have been doing, when I had all this free time and I was 1v1ing people. If I had known any sort of tournaments at that time, by all means, let's do it. And it's not that people weren't being creative. It's not that, things weren't happening. There were people recording lots of stuff in WWE. Some people would even record their own shows. So every show they would have um, people compete, and they would have regulars, and they would have people compete for online fake championships. Not championships that were real, but an online championship title that they could hold, that they would post on like Twitter, that they would post on their profile, that they would have a dedicated YouTube channel about this online show. And it wasn't popular or anything. It only had a couple hundred views, maybe 1,000. But like nothing hardcore. But like that was something, right? Well, like let's actually make something here. Let's actually have something worth it. I think that would be great. If only I'd won the lottery, I'd do stuff like that. I'd make better content. I'd be able to edit my videos. I'd have a lot more free time. This would be my 9 to 5. This right here would be my 9 to 5 if I could make it my 9 to 5. I would be dedicating myself to online recording. I would make more dedication to recording, and I would have all these crazy ideas. This tournament style gaming for WWE, I would have done. And the person who wins the tournament would advance to next year, automatically qualified, because I want there to be some of the same people, but you need to prove yourself, right? You can't just enter yourself in this tournament and be accepted. I want you to have a background. I would want people to have a YouTube channel, and I would want people to have a record. Like I want to be one. This person, this person, this person. I am great. This is why I should be in your tournament. Something like that, right? I'm in a big clan. This clan has done big things. I've done big things. Let me be in a tournament. Like, I want a record. You can't just be a random average Joe to be in this tournament. You would have to have bragging rights. Like, I defeated this clan. I defeated that person. I was able to do this and that. Perfect. Be in a tournament. And so I want this tournament to be like, let's make a name for yourself kind of thing, right? So that's the idea for the WWE online community. I think that would be great, but I don't know. That's just something that I was thinking of for a long time, actually, probably like the past year or two. Yeah, just something. I don't know. Just wanted to express that out there. I know it's not about Fortnite, but because we're in the topic of video games and I don't often talk about video games on this podcast, I just wanted to put it out there. And I would love to be like the special guest referee for every match. And I would be fair, more even Steven fair. I'd just be a generated AI just refereeing. But I don't have to referee. I could just also be like in a corner. But like, I don't know. I just don't want to be in a corner while two people are wrestling, because then the screen gets wider. So I want to make it as fair and even as possible. Like if I could have a commentator spot or whatever, that'd be cool. But they don't do that. So that's why I want to be a referee, is because like I would play it down the middle. There's no favoritism. Just call it as it is. Yeah, I don't know. That's just an idea. It's just an idea. Yeah, I just want to let it out there. I don't think with the amount of views I get on this podcast, I don't think anyone's going to steal my ideas anyways. Especially because I'm going to name the title "Why Fortnite." I don't even have 2K25 either. I bought 2K24, and then it seems like anytime I buy a WWE game, time passes and flies by because I'm not playing it and I'm playing other things. And then next thing you know, a new WWE game comes out, and it's like, oh man, I just wasted like $60 on this game, and all for a new game to come out. And it's like, I don't know, the community is already gone, because every year there's a new WWE game, and it sucks because like it's like all the people that are on that game are now gone, and that's what I hate about like sport games, right? WWE games, like I don't know. Back in the day with like WWE 13, 2K14, like you could play WWE 12 and there'd still be people online. It's not like this. I'm sure you could find some online people playing like 2K23, 24 or whatever. Not as much as it used to be back in the day 10 years ago, right? So, yeah, it is what it is. That's all I want to discuss about, is just the popularity of Fortnite, why I still play it. It's just the only game that seems right to me right now. And as I get older, I don't see me playing as much video games as much as I used to play. I don't know. Life is in a different route for me. Much more different. It's crazy to think that like Sorry, I gotta drink this water here. Throat's getting a little dry from talking too much. After spending so much of your time on video games and after like just dedicating a lot, like my YouTube channel, both of my YouTube channels, is like proof that I played way too much video games to the point where it's like I'm kind of tired. I'm kind of done. This is why I don't do stuff like that anymore, right? So, yeah, not to be all depressing and down about it, but it's like, I don't know. This is why I started a podcast, so I can just express and talk and not play video games. Because the whole initial about me starting a podcast was because I didn't have time to record other things. But due to where I'm at right now, I'm able to record video games and do stuff, but not every week I will be able to record video games. And podcast is just one of the easier things I'm able to do right now. Mainly because editing is easy. I can talk and I can express myself and I can do whatever I want. So I think that's what's important right now, and it helps me keep the channel active. I like recording. I still like being able to do this stuff. So having to be able to record this and play video games right now is awesome. But I cannot guarantee that's an everyday thing. So it is what it is, but that's the way life goes. But yeah, no, it's just video games is just one of those things where it's like it took me a long time for me to realize that like there are more important things in life going on right now, and there's a lot more focus that I need to do for myself than there is on the Xbox, right? So that's where my head's at. That's what I've been trying to do this past year, really, is to focus on more than just this on the Xbox and playing video games in my free time and stuff like that, right? Try not to have Fortnite as an addiction, because Fortnite used to be addicting to me because they would have skins on the battle pass and it's like, oh my gosh, I gotta grind on this game to be able to unlock this and that and that and this. Trying not to get to that point, because then you're gonna feel obligated to play. And it felt a little obligating to play in the Star Wars season because I love Star Wars and I want all the Star Wars skins. So when they do a battle pass that's Star Wars themed, those skins that are on there, it says the items may be reoccurred in the future, but when, right? In what way? How much will you have to pay? I mean, so far as I've noticed, most of the skins on battle passes have never been re-released. So it's one of those things where it's like, who knows if it ever gets released. Fortnite could end next year. I don't know. But Fortnite's not going to end. Fortnite's one of those video games that lasts for almost ever, it seems like, right? It's already been 8 years. 10 years is around the corner. 10 years. People, there are people, 8 years old, right? There are 8-year-olds that are playing Fortnite. That was when Fortnite was released, was when they were born. Yeah, imagine that. And look at Fortnite and the state of it. It is still up there. It is the top of the mountain video games. Whether you like the game or not, it is top of the mountain. One of the top video games out there. So, it is what it is. It's crazy to think about that. Soon Fortnite will be 10. And there's going to be so many kids that were born within the release of Fortnite that are playing that game. Think about that. I think that's phenomenal. Alright, so with that being said, thank you. Thank you for listening to me rant about video games and Fortnite. Again, I don't often talk about video games, and I probably won't for a little bit after this episode. There's a lot of things going on in wrestling. A lot of things with like R-Truth, TKO. I don't want to dip my fingers into it yet. I'm glad I was not jumping on board to talk about that. How R-Truth got quote-unquote released and then got back in WWE like a week after, not even a week, and then Triple H says it's part of the show. But then R-Truth's kid is saying that's cap. I'm just going to leave that topic alone. I like to sit, wait, and observe and watch how things roll out. It's very interesting. Anyways, thank you for watching or listening. liking, rating, subscribing, doing whatever you do on YouTube. I'll see you guys next time on the next episode. But for now, go to bed.